Welcome to the $100 trillion bet, how megaprojects are reshaping the global economy. Today, we delve into the world's most ambitious and expensive undertakings. We are witnessing an unprecedented era of infrastructure investment, a $100 trillion global bet that could redefine economic landscapes and geopolitical power dynamics by 2025. What exactly qualifies as a megaproject? These are colossal ventures, typically costing over $1 billion, requiring multi-decade execution and designed to impact entire economic systems. In a sluggish global economy, governments are doubling down on these ventures to drive employment, stimulate GDP growth, and achieve long-term geopolitical influence and national security goals. From colossal ports and new gigacities to vast green energy farms, these projects serve as powerful tools for national prestige and soft power projection on the world stage. Understanding the stakes is crucial. These projects are about more than just concrete and steel. They are about economic independence and strategic resilience. The investment in colossal infrastructure, visualized here in a busy container port, highlights the scale of global efforts to upgrade trade and logistics capabilities. Mega projects often generate economic multipliers of 3 to 7 times their cost through extensive job creation and supply chain development. They secure strategic independence in energy, water, logistics, and data routes. Countries often invest heavily in these projects during economic downturns, using them as Keynesian stimulus and leveraging the moment to build vital long-term capacity. Our first deep dive into a major global bet is the Belt and Road Initiative, a massive geopolitical power play. The Belt and Road Initiative is arguably the world's largest infrastructure project, encompassing 140+ nations and creating vast networks of ports, roads, energy grids, and a digital Silk Road. Visualizing the Belt and Road Network reveals its complexity and strategic depth, aiming to create new trade and influence corridors across continents. Gwadar Port in Pakistan is a prime example, offering significant strategic value, but raising serious concerns about debt-trap diplomacy and sovereignty risks for participating nations. The BRI is fundamentally reshaping global trade corridors, often bypassing traditional Western-controlled routes, which has spurred the rise of counter-initiatives like the India-Middle East-Europe Corridor, or IMEC. Next, we examine the Green Giants, the colossal renewable energy projects driving a rapid shift in the global energy infrastructure. Offshore wind projects, such as the massive Dogger Bank, highlight the sheer scale and technological challenges of harnessing wind energy in deep water. To elaborate on offshore wind, projects like Dogger Bank are the largest in the world. This necessitates complex infrastructure for transmission grids, seabed cabling, and large-scale storage systems, which is where energy islands play a crucial role in enabling cross-border routing. The complexity often lies not in the generation, but in the transmission, establishing resilient grids, extensive seabed cabling, and cross-border power routing systems, often supported by innovative energy islands, like those planned by Denmark and Belgium. Gigawatt-scale solar parks in regions like MENA and India are rapidly increasing the dominance of renewables. However, this growth introduces new dependencies, especially on rare earth minerals necessary for the technology. Energy islands are artificial structures designed to act as hubs, consolidating power from multiple offshore wind farms for efficient intercontinental power transmission. While solar parks are scaling up rapidly, we must address the reliance on rare earth elements. This introduces a significant supply chain vulnerability, shifting geopolitical dependencies from fossil fuels to critical minerals. Now, let's explore how megaprojects are redefining our urban future, from hyper-futuristic smart cities to essential resilience projects. Neom, in Saudi Arabia, represents the pinnacle of utopian, technological urban planning, most famously embodied by The Line, a 170-kilometer-long linear city concept. Neom's vision includes The Line, Oxagon, and Trojana. However, these ambitious projects spark heated debates regarding their financial viability, massive cost, and profound social and environmental impact. Megaprojects are also essential for climate resilience, such as massive flood barriers and urban cooling systems. Beyond the glamour of gigacities, equally critical megaprojects focus on ensuring basic urban function and resilience. Smart waste and water systems are creating a circular economy infrastructure within cities. Additionally, mega public transit systems, including metro lines and bullet trains, are redefining urban mobility for millions. This colossal global bet comes with immense risks, both financial and ethical, which we must analyze closely. The harsh reality is that megaprojects have a high probability of cost overruns, averaging between 20% and 40%, making them far more expensive than originally budgeted. These overruns are typically caused by factors like political pressure, leading to premature announcements, continuous scope creep, supply chain delays, and unexpected inflation over multi-decade timelines. But the costs aren't just monetary. They include significant environmental disruption and human costs due to community displacement. Beyond local community displacement, funding risks are massive, often relying on sovereign debt, which can lead to over-leverage and systemic financial instability. Finally, let's look forward at the lasting impact of this $100 trillion bet and what lies ahead. To summarize, megaprojects are redefining global trade, dramatically increasing strategic influence for investing nations, and imposing long-term debt burdens that will shape the 21st century economy. The accumulation of long-term sovereign debt and questions about repayment capacity create hidden systemic risks that could trigger financial instability globally. Future concepts like space elevators, floating cities, hyperloops, and AI-managed smart grids demonstrate the continued human ambition to push the limits of infrastructure. However, a key emerging trend is the necessity to pivot from solely building new structures to the critical, less glamorous task of retrofitting and upgrading aging existing infrastructure.